everybody, and welcome to another Magic City Morphs video. As promised in today's video, I'm going to be getting out for you our 4 female ball pythons that we currently have for sale up on our MorphMarket. Highly recommend you go check those ads out if you haven't already. I'm going to talk to you about them in general, their history with us, their names, their temperament, kind of what I think of them individually. And if you're looking for a pet snake for your family, maybe it's your first snake, maybe it's your 5th snake or 20th snake, I'm just going to show you these up close and in person so that you can just see them in a video, see how big they are compared to me, and decide if any of them might be right for you, whether, like I said, you're a family looking for a pet snake, or if you're a breeder and you're wanting to add one of these girls to any of your working projects. But first, I wanted to get out Pandora for you. She is our 3-year-old Saharan Sandboa. We adopted her back in February. She has been hand raised. She's very good with everybody, especially children. My 3-year-old daughter was in that YouTube short the other day, if you happened to catch it, where I talk a little bit about Saharan Sandboas, show you her enclosure, how we currently have it set up, tell you a little bit how to take care of them and what all they need. If you want me to do an extensive video on, say, a list of really good beginner snakes that you can start out with, I can certainly do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. But I'm going to go ahead and put Pandora up and go ahead and start getting out our big ball python girls for you. Okay, you guys, so our first one and our biggest one is Priya. She is our beautiful 5-foot long lesser cinnamon ball python. Lean back so you can get a little bit better of a look. You might not be able to tell, but up close she's got baby blue eyes. She's this beautiful beige and cream color. She is actually a proven breeder female, and she gave us our very first clutch of eggs here at Magic City Morphs. She gave us a whopping 13 eggs, you guys, and they were all healthy. All the babies hatched. They all got homes, and that was insane, you guys. If you remember the video where we thought at first that she only had 10, there were 13. We went back up there and there were 3 more eggs. She wasn't done yet. So that was a really exciting time for us here at Magic City Morphs. We were thrilled that our first clutch was all healthy and that everything worked out with the incubation. It was just great. And the funny thing about it is when her eggs were actually hatching, when they were pipping, we had come home with Ren, my daughter who is now 3, from the hospital. So we had a newborn baby in the house and we had 13 newborn snakes being born. Is that not crazy? So my husband and I were taking turns with Ren at night and then also going in there and checking on our baby snakes to see which ones had already come out of their egg, which ones hadn't yet, keeping track of them, making sure the incubator was still working. Because, as you know, you can't force them out of the egg. They've got to come out on their own once they've absorbed the yolk. So that was really fun. It was really interesting. And as a new mom, I thought it was very exciting that she was a new mom as well. Because prior to her being bred by us, she had never laid a clutch before. We got her at 5 years old 2 years ago at a reptile show. She was a full-grown female back then, obviously, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a female of good size to get started with that could make some beautiful babies. So she was bred with our former Superfly, and he was a very, very beautiful snake. He was also 100% het clown, okay? And he was also then bred to Zahara. So she was bred with him too, and that's why we got our second clutch of 8 babies, but we are still keeping Zahara. So here is Priya. She has a very laid-back temperament. She does have a good food response though, so when you first go out there and get her out of her enclosure, she is usually anticipating being fed. So I would strongly recommend just being a little bit careful when you're getting her out if you decide to get her and she's a little bit skittish with her head, because she anticipates being fed. So she may mistake your hand for a big juicy rat. So you can use a snake hook, you cannot use a snake hook. It doesn't matter. Just be mindful of that she is a very motivated eater when it comes to a ball python. Usually ball pythons don't really have a crazy food response, But this girl is one of those that can eat, and she'll show you that she can. But once you get her out like this, she's a very laid back snake, and she is an impressive snake to actually carry around with you. If you want to go anywhere with her, if you want to show people, get her out at your house. Fantastic addition to your collection. Whether you want a big, beautiful, sweet family snake, or you want to add her into your breeding projects. She has not been bred since 2022, so she's had a big break, and she's ready to go. If you are interested in her, just check her out on our MorphMarket. Okay guys, so this is our next snake that we have up for sale on our MorphMarket. This is Gia. She is an adult GHI, lesser or lesser GHI. We've had her for about a couple of years now. She is adult size, so if you are interested in her for any of your breeding projects, we have never actually bred her, but she is ready to go. If you want to do anything with the GHI gene or the lesser gene, she can certainly help you make some bells, some blue-eyed leucistic ball pythons, or like I said, anything with the GHI gene if you want to do some dark stuff. And she is a really beautiful snake. She is on the shy side. She's got a little bit more of a grayish and beige look to her versus Priya, who had that more like beige and cream look to her. This is a little bit more on the monotone side when it comes to her color. I can show you. And it might be hard to tell, but she actually has green eyes, you guys. She has really pretty green eyes. She is a little bit skittish when you first get her out. She kind of stays bunched up like this, but when she gets comfortable, she'll kind of start moving around. Also, she's very food motivated like Priya, probably even more so than Priya, so be careful if you are ever taking her out of her tub or her enclosure, because she is definitely one of those females that's ready to eat. And she strikes really, really fast when she's ready to eat. And sometimes if she gets frightened and maybe you're holding her a certain way and you move really fast in front of her, or you're facing her, she might strike out in front of her. So definitely keep that in mind. She would need a little bit more work with handling if she were going to go to a family with some smaller children. Not to say that she couldn't work. You just have to kind of get her out and get her more used to people, and, you know, be mindful of that food response with her. But she is a very beautiful snake. If you're looking for anything like this, she is up on our MorphMarket. So I'll give you one more really good look at her. Okay, and I've got two more snakes I'm going to be getting out for you. So I'm going to go ahead and put Gia back. Okay, you guys, so now I have Kadabra out. She is our female adult super mystic ball python. So she's got 2 copies of the mystic gene. She is even more gray than Gia. She's got way more of a sort of gray and white, black and white look to her. She's so, so beautiful, and I love the contrast between the patterning and like the blushing on her skin. It's really, really pretty. It looks like there's like this dark outline around these different spots on her body. Now, if you have ever seen one of the most popular videos on my TikTok account, it's the one where she literally bites and wraps my hand, okay? And one of the reasons I wanted to bring that up is because if anybody heard me talk about her on this video and then went to watch that TikTok, they would probably be really, really scared of her. And what I want you guys to know is that that is not her personality. That was an accident because she was hungry. And I was pulling out the tub and she was anticipating being fed. And she shot out and bit the first thing in front of her, which was my hand. And she wrapped it. But what I wanted to do in that video was I wanted to show you kind of what that's like. And show you a way that you can get them off of you without hurting you anymore, with those teeth being sunken into your skin or hurting the snake. So that's why I did a demonstration video for you guys and showed you about cold water. That's one way that you can get a snake to let go. There's some other ones out there. There's some great videos you can look up on that. But she is a very, very chill snake. Once you get her out and she's not thinking about being fed, she's a really, really good snake to have around. We actually had her outside with us in our little kiddie pool one day, and she was just hanging out on one of the floats. She loves water, and she is just a really, really beautiful snake. And like I said, any snake that you have, even if it's a small snake, you just have to be mindful of the fact that if they smell something or something moves really quick in front of their face, or you don't really kind of take time to assess their body language before you take them out, you can get an accidental food bite. You can also get just a defensive bite, which will just be you getting tagged. They won't wrap you if it's a defensive bite. If it's a food bite and they're confused and they think they're being fed when they're really not, that's when you can get wrapped. So just be mindful of that. If you're going to get a snake that constricts around small children, you want to be there. You want to be the parent. You want to be the person supervising everything. You don't really want to let a small child hold any snake that could squeeze in any way by themselves. You want to be there with them. Now, when they get older and they can actually get a little bit more experience under their belt, that's a little bit different. But when they're little and you're first introducing them, like my daughter who's 3, you wouldn't want her just walking around holding one like this by herself. You want to be there and you want to supervise the interaction. And you also want to supervise if anybody's at your house that doesn't normally handle snakes or doesn't really know a lot about them, because they might not know that they're doing something wrong in front of the snake. And then you can get an accidental bite that way because that person maybe missed the signs of the body language being off with the snake. So that's very important. Whether you get one like this that's already fully grown from somebody, or you get a baby and you hand raise it yourself, she is just a beautiful snake. Again, she is for sale on our MorphMarket. You can hang out with her. She'll go anywhere with you. I named her Kadabra because she's a super mystic. I thought that kind of fit the theme there with like the magic, you know, abracadabra type thing. So that's why I named her Kadabra. So if you're interested in beautiful Kadabra here, you can go check her out on our MorphMarket. I'm going to go get our last snake available for you and then talk to you a little bit about how we do our payment plans if you really want one of these snakes and you're interested in doing that. Okay, and last but definitely not least, we have the smallest out of the 4, our subadult classic pied. Her name is Celine. She is 100% het hypo. She is a beautiful example of a classic pied. Look at that even patterning there in between the white. Just absolutely beautiful. Now, as you can see, Celine is a little bit nervous and she's a little bit defensive. She's probably the one out of all 4 that would need the most work with handling if you would want to have her as a family pet. But she is just a little bit skittish. She's in kind of that S position with her head, which means she's ready to strike at any moment. That's why when I get her out, I point her face away from me, just so she has time to kind of get used to her surroundings. And like I said, this can all be worked on. Don't worry. If you want to breed her, she's probably got another 6 months at least to go to put some weight on, to a year, to actually be of safe size to breed. We actually don't start breeding our ball pythons until they're 1,500 grams here at Magic City Morphs. And that's kind of what you want to shoot for. Some people start earlier than that, but you want to be mindful that it's safer the bigger your females are to be able to actually carry the eggs and lay them safely. So if you are interested in Celine, she is for sale on our MorphMarket as well. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how our payment plans work. If you're interested in a payment plan, you basically put down your first deposit and then everything else is divided up, and we can work with you whether it would be bi-weekly, monthly, doesn't matter. And once that balance is paid in full, you can come pick up your snake from us locally. We can meet you somewhere, or we can ship that snake to you overnight. We have a lot of different things we can do. And basically, we will do payment plans on smaller amounts versus larger amounts too. There's not really like a minimum amount. We can work with you if you really, really want the snake. So keep that in mind, guys. And then the shipping, I basically will calculate it for you. If you give me your zip code to your nearest FedEx ship center, I go on shipyourreptiles.com and I enter all of the information for you, and I go ahead and tell you what your shipping cost would be before you buy the snake. So that shipping cost is added in there with like the price of the snake. So that'll be what you pay for shipping. So guys, let me know if you're interested in any of these snakes. Like I said, go visit our MorphMarket store, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.